Good evening. Welcome to Grandma's Attic Music Review. I'm so happy to be with you. What a joy it is to be able to bring music to you each and every week. And I thank you so much for listening in. I want to send a special shout out to Tim. Tim's out there watching, and he lets me know on a regular basis that he's watching our show and critiquing it, as the case may be. It's a good thing. We like to hear from our viewers. So tonight's show is going to be very special. If you've watched this show before, you have seen this musician. He's been here once before. The first time I ever saw his name, it was on the marquee at the Guard. And I'm thinking to myself, if this is a local musician, how come I've never heard of him before, especially with a name like that? And then I heard that he was playing at a little tiny breakfast nook out on the other side of Connecticut. So we took a ride on a Saturday morning to go see him. And I was blown away. He had at that point just put out his first piece of vinyl, and it was exciting and fun. And I had to have him in. And now he has a new piece of vinyl out, and he's doing wonderful things. So please help me welcome into your home, Cosmos Sunshine.
Really good. I appreciate everything that you're doing. It's so important that people turn out and support music, because without it, what would we do? I'm going to play the title song of my brand new album. It's called Comes with the Fall. First time that I met you, I knew you'd be in my life. But just as things started getting fun, you said you had to be my wife. I don't need a partner, but I could use another friend. If you let me call on you tonight, we wouldn't have to pretend that it's blind faith and dumb luck. It gets us through these years. I'd love to say I'm sorry, but that's not the words you need to hear. So I say goodbye, my dear. They say the darkest hour comes just before the dawn. Well, I'd love to show you the light right at the moment you turn me on. I know you probably think that I will always be your fool. Well, I promise most sincerely, baby, I'm taking you to school, and it's blind faith and dumb luck that gets us through these years. I'd love to say I'm sorry, but that's not the word you need to hear. So I say goodbye, my dear. It comes with the fall, my darling, with the winter winds that blow. No summer breeze can tell you, baby, all the things you ought to know. Oh, my dear, my darling should come with a warning. Oh, my dear, my darling should come with a warning. My dear, my darling should come with a warning. Oh, my dear, my darling should come with a warning. And it's blind faith and dumb luck. It gets us through these years. I'd love to say I'm sorry, but that's not the words you need to hear. And it's blind faith and dumb luck. It gets us through these years. I'd love to say I'm sorry, but that's not the words you need to hear. And it's blind faith and dumb luck. It gets us through these years. I'd love to say I'm sorry, but that's not the words you need to hear. So I say goodbye, my dear. I say goodbye, my dear. I say goodbye, my dear, my darling. Maybe try again next year. Thank you so much. Yeah, that's a spirited number. It's funny, I write a lot of breakup songs, and I'm like a long-term relationship guy, so I don't know. Who knows? This is a song from my previous album that was called The Butterfly Fight Club, which, as Dot mentioned, was my first piece of vinyl that I released, and very pleased to have been able to put out another one this year. But this is a song, it's kind of maybe a little bit of a personal anthem. It's called Sun Will Rise. Morning, a light to fill our eyes, it's another day. Dawning, brighten up our skies so we might find a way. Our hearts are open wide for love to step inside, and I feel it growing. It seems that we've been blinded and we're caught up in a tide of emotion. But the sun will rise again. Fireflies and the twinkling of the stars, it's our own reflection. By moonshine as sweet as summer wine, and I see you smiling. I'd love to paint your gray walls, all the colors of my mind, it's all very fine. Growing stronger, growing taller, each and every time that the sun will rise again. And the sun will rise, it'll rise again. And the sun will rise, it'll rise again. And the sun so will rise. You know I love you. Honestly, I do. You know I love only you. That was called Sun Will Rise. Thank you so very much. I'm actually going to quickly switch guitars. I tend to play in a bunch of different tunings, so I'm always kind of bopping back and forth. You'll bear with me as I make this change here to this lovely little Gibson guitar in the open G tuning. This next song is also off the brand new album, and it's more about a sort of state of mind than an actual geographic territory, and I think you'll get it. The lyrics are kind of about, that place in your mind where you can go and find comfort or joy when you need it. It's called California Smile. I come from a place, a cold wind in my face, where the rain falls down from the sky above. I've always been told there's a land of gold, where the breezes blow from an ocean of blue. California, Sunday morning, dawning golden, from the rain and snow, hallelujah, I'm gone. The year was 13 and the city obscene, and the snow on the ground was as black as a nun. Yet in my brain I'm high on a plane, on a westerly course for my home in the sun. California, Sunday morning, dawning golden, from the rain and snow, hallelujah, I'm gone. I only got one reason, one good reason. Only got one good goddamn reason. Only got one reason to stay, and that's you. Come from a place, a cold wind in my face, where the rain falls down from the sky above. Yeah, in my brain, I'm high on a plane, on a westerly coast from my home in the sun, California. Sunday morning, dawning golden, from the rain and snow, hallelujah, I'm gone, California. Every morning, dawning golden, from the rain and snow, hallelujah, I'm gone.
Nice.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. You guys are too kind. This next one I'm going to do is, it goes back to the Butterfly Fight Club album as well. And it's sort of a two-piece number. Starts with a little instrumental introduction. Anyway, instrumental introduction called Rivers and Streams, which was inspired by the great Connecticut River. And it goes into a song called Porcelain Flower. I hope you like it. Give me 1 second here. Getting situated. I was searching for a love in this Babylon. Always hoping for the one to come along. You were there when I called you, and you turned me on. see you as you gave it all. Yeah, yeah. I was sworn to be the one who soldiers on, always waiting, always praying, feeling fleeting, but I carry on. You were there, but you left me as I left the ground. Oh, always waiting, always hoping, bleeding, broken by this heart of stone. Oh, 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 porcelain flower, pleasure and pain, passion and power, hot ashes, fire and rain. Will you come down again? Porcelain flower, pleasure and pain, passion and power, hot ashes, fire and rain. Will you come down again? Hot ashes, fire and rain. Will you come down again? Called Porcelain Flower. Thank you very, very much. I'm going to switch the guitars again. Oh, yikes. That's the hazard of guitar switching. All right. So I'm going to play a number now that I released as a single, I think at the beginning of 2016. Right before I started recording the Comes With the Fall album. It was the first thing that I had done at the studio of Tracy Walton up in Northfield, Connecticut, and it's since become a really fruitful collaboration with he and his band, Belle of the Fall. They've become good friends. Anyway, Tracy played bass on this, on the recording, and Julia sang some harmonies, and I want to dedicate it to my dog, Sadie, who I had to say farewell to the other day. So it's a little bit of a sad song, and I hope you like it anyway. It's called Ode to Pain. You say you've seen me suffer nearly every single day. No booze or drugs or money can make it go away. I don't talk too much about it, 'cause I wouldn't stay contained. So I keep my sadness to myself, and I sing an ode to pain. If there's just one thing that I've learned from my worry and my strife, there's no water left in the well, and no way to pay the price. It'll take your friends and your money, might even take your wife. When your life is hanging in the fray, you can sing an ode to pain. Ode to pain, ode to pain, only suffering remains. Ode to pain, ode to pain, seems like my only friend. When the darkness comes again, my love, I sing an ode to pain. Ode to pain, ode to pain, only suffering remains. Ode to pain, ode to pain, seems like my only friend. When the darkness comes again, my love, I sing an ode to pain. Thank you. Ode to pain. All right, so gonna do one more song here. It's a single that was just released the day after Halloween, and it's a bit of a rocker. And it's called Riverland. Hope you like it. Just spaced out. I'm gonna do a different song. Drunk in the afternoon, it all happened too soon. We're rolling and tumbling and stepping out in my blue suede shoes. Oh, sweet mama, she don't wanna sing the blues. Start spreading the news. You ain't got a thing to lose. This jive is getting old. My blood is hot, but my hands are cold. A deeper shade of red is bleeding on my black-eyed soul. Yeah, and these brown eyes, they don't want to see no more. Tell your friends, start spreading the news. You ain't got a thing to lose. Traveling down that road, I carry a heavy load, and I can't stay here alone. A torn up picture of you, a soul to match my shoe, and I can't stay here alone. And I can't play with you no more. Drunk in the afternoon, it all happened much too soon. Rolling and tumbling and stepping out in my blue suede shoes. Lord and Mama, she don't wanna sing the blues. Tell your friends, start spreading the news. You ain't got a thing to lose. So much. At a moment, the single Riverland is very, very similar to that one, and I kept wanting to play that one, and so I did. Thank you. Yeah. Okay, great. This is a song that I wrote. It's kind of apropos of the times, I'd say, and it's going to be a single released in mid-December. It's called Thoughts and Prayers. Early in the morning and late at night, my echo chamber comes alive with thoughts and prayers. We've lost the human touch. In the face of a child, there's an old man laughing as he holds up a sign that says, all lives matter, it's thoughts and prayers. We've lost the human touch. Lost the human touch, and God isn't listening. We're made in His image, and we're the perfect selfies, but all the friends in His network say He's lost the human touch that used to mean so much. Lost the human touch, so He has to delete us. From the point of conception, there's a sacred life with unlimited rounds and the world in His sights. It's thoughts and prayers, oh, oh. We've lost the human touch. Lost the human touch, and God isn't listening. We're made in His image, and we're the perfect selfies, but all the friends in His network say He's lost the human touch that used to mean so much. Lost the human touch, so He has to delete us. Thank you very, very much.
Awesome. While Cosmos gets himself together and comes over and mics up, let's just talk about what's going on in the community. It is the holiday season. I know you don't want to hear that, but it's a fact. And we're coming up on Thanksgiving. Do you know that there's a place called the Homeless Hospitality Center right here in our neighborhood? And those people, not only do they not have the proper amount of food to eat, but they don't have a roof over their head. I was lucky to be involved with a event called Pass the Guitar, and I just want to tell you all that that event raised $3,000 for the Homeless Hospitality Center, but that doesn't even put a dent in their needs. If you feel like you want to help, please contact the Homeless Hospitality Center right here in New London. It's on Huntington Street, and I'm sure that you can just Google it and figure out what to do. Remember, our neighbors, our friends, it could be us. Never know when you're going to end up homeless. You never know. Let's talk to Cosmos. Hi.
Hi.
Welcome back to Grandma's Attic.
So happy to be here. Thank you so much.
It's so much fun to have you here. We have so much to talk about. First of all, you have a new album.
Yep.
I'm going to try to bring this out here. Can we get this? Perfect.
Awesome.
Nice. Oh, it's crooked. There we go. There we go.
Fantastic.
Perfect. I love that. I love the fact that you're putting things out in vinyl.
Yeah.
I love that.
It's a personal obsession of mine. I'm just a vinyl, just a vinyl addict myself. So.
A vinyl junkie.
Yeah, big
Yep,
time.
me too.
Yep.
Me too. I love vinyl. I've got hordes of it.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And people would say, yes, they're hordes.
Yes, absolutely. Well, I managed to sort of inherit a couple of, actually my history teacher from high school bestowed his whole collection on me.
Oh, nice.
And he had a great collection, and I'd already kind of gotten my parents from
Right.
before and accumulated a ton of my own. So now I think I'm in the thousands now.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
yeah.
I probably only have hundreds, but I lost when I moved. Somehow, a bunch of my vinyl disappeared. I'm not sure how that happened.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to worry about it.
Yep. Can't
Somebody
sweat
out
it.
there deserves it.
Yeah.
I guess. Whatever. Whatever. So, because you have such an obsession with vinyl, this is your second
Yeah.
piece of vinyl that you've put out. What is it that makes you name an album something like Comes With a Fall? I know it's the name of a song. So what made you name that song?
It's actually from of one of my favorite movies, Roman Polanski's Rosemary's Baby.
Oh my gosh.
It's in this little obscure part of the movie where she's basically trying to figure out that there's this whole coven of witches that's basically running the show in New York City, and without giving too much away, because it's a movie you should definitely go see.
It's probably one of the scariest movies I've ever watched.
It's extremely scary. It's perfect for the Halloween season. Anyway, so she breaks out a Scrabble set and starts rearranging the numbers of these names because she was told this person's name was an anagram. Anyway, so she's rearranging all the letters all these different ways, and one of the series of words that comes out Comes With the Fall. And I said,
Wow.
what an expressive, sort of suggestive name that is,
Wow.
So
Very
kind of
cool.
stuck with me, and I always wanted to. The song came first, and then I decided to name the album after the song.
Right. So with a name like Cosmos Sunshine, I have to assume, which I may be making a mistake, that your parents were somewhat on the hippie side.
Yeah, you could say that. Yeah, you could say that. Yeah, I grew up in a sort of a homestead farm right on the Connecticut River, and
Nice.
and so yeah, it was an interesting childhood. You could definitely say that.
Interesting. I like that. That's a good way to put it.
Because it was, like I said, my dad worked a lot. My mom kind of looked after animals and stuff like that, but there was a lot of people coming through, a lot of kind of colorful characters, and it was. I'm really thankful for my upbringing.
Other than the vinyl that they collected, were your parents musically inclined?
No, there were no musicians in the family, which is interesting. The guitar just sort of came at a point in my life where I just needed something.
Okay.
And I just took to it really quickly, and it just took over my life, basically,
Right. Well, you were given a name that lends very quickly and easily to being a musician.
Right. Yeah. I just didn't ever imagine that I was going to be a lawyer or a doctor, or that just.
Yeah. Not so much.
No.
Not so much. Not at all. Let's talk about your songwriting. What inspires you to write a song?
Well, it can be. It can be sort of current events, like, that song I just played, Thoughts and Prayers, which is kind of a dark song,
Little.
But, if you go through life, thinking and feeling, sometimes you have those sort of outlooks on life, at least I do. So it can be, current events, it can be relationship stuff, friendships. Most of my stuff is personal. That's just my writing style is really personal, And but I also like words and phrases that can be sort of spun in different ways, and if you get into the lyrics, there's a lot of different ways you can interpret them, And I've always appreciated that about other people. I always thought that, John Lennon, for instance, was really great that way. That if you kind of delve into the lyrics, there's lots of double entendres and ways.
I think that it's that way with a lot of, especially music from the 60s.
Yeah.
There was a lot of that because they didn't want to come right out and say stuff because they wanted to get on the radio.
Right. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Got to try kind of, ride that line a little bit.
Yeah, you do. You do. I had someone on the radio the other day, and I didn't know that one of her songs was full of the F-bomb.
Oh, no.
And I played it anyway. I didn't know until after the song was like halfway over, and I'm like, oh, no. So I'm probably going to get FCC'd, but that's all right. Whatever. We all have to deal with the FCC at one point or the other. You wrote a song, Ode to Pain, and you didn't write that recently. You wrote that
was
before.
Some years, yeah.
What kind of pain makes you write a song that is given to pain like that?
It's I've had a lot of problems with depression and anxiety over my life, and
thank you for owning that on television. A lot of people need to hear that
it's
other people struggle with these same things.
I mean, I'm just extremely fortunate that I have an artistic outlet for it, and right now, it's anyway, not to get too deep into it. I mean, it's like a depression and anxiety song, and
it's a great song.
All the attendant things, because like things like addiction are symptomatic of deeper things,
They always are.
So that's kind of like the song. My wife actually was, I was having a sort of an emotional downturn for a while, and my wife was like, you got to try and find a way to bring something positive out of this. And that's the song. I actually just sat down and wrote the song.
Nice. Well, congratulations, by the way, on your 1-year anniversary.
Thank you.
To your wife. I heard that you had gotten married on Halloween.
We did.
And I didn't realize it was last Halloween. But marriage is a wonderful thing, and people that can feed into that institution and stay in it, it's a wonderful, wonderful thing. I've seen people that are married for long, long periods of time, and they always grow sweeter together as the years go on. So keep it up.
We'd actually been together for, I think, 11 years.
Nice.
And so, our lives were completely entwined in every imaginable way, and we've proven to ourselves that we're a good partnership,
Yep.
So
that's great.
Yeah.
That's great. Do you have a song that you've written about her?
Yes, a lot, but none of my songs are exclusively about one person. Like a lot of songs are, I like a reference a number of different relationships, and whether they're friends or romantic things or whatever in a song. I've definitely written songs at times when I was, super pissed off at her, and hopefully that doesn't get the FCC coming after us,
No, not on this. Not on this show. It won't.
It's because it's basically all about whatever the emotional state is. If I, usually I'll write an angry song if I'm feeling angry.
Nice.
I'll write a sad song if I'm feeling sad, and I'll write a happy song if I'm feeling happy.
Do songs just kind of come to you in your head, or do you have to sit down and work them out?
Really automatic. I've even written songs in dreams. I have a song called I wrote it in a dream. I basically had the melody and the basic rhythm part, and I had the wherewithal to get up, and I always have a guitar nearby, and basically got most of the song and the lyrics down.
Nice.
It's called Modern Times. Yeah.
Nice. It's not one of the songs you played today.
No, I haven't actually played it in a while, and now I have such a body of songs that I get myself into trouble because, I do a lot of electric shows with full bands, and that's
Right.
kind of like a certain set list, and that tends to be the focus, and I'm really, really lubed up on those songs, feeling on top of it, and then, I'll do a random solo thing or something, and I kind of dig deep into the repertoire, and then I'm like, oh no, how does that go,
Oh, right.
because I've got, I don't know, I haven't tallied, but I've got some 100 songs or more that are sort of in regular rotation.
Nice. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about how you met Tracy and Julia. They were just here on my show a few weeks ago, Belle of the Fall.
Yeah, they're great.
And I had them on the radio, I think it was last week.
Cool.
Talking about their music. But how did you meet them?
I'm sort of somewhat transitioned up to northwestern Connecticut from New York City, from Brooklyn. And I was looking for a studio to start to work, backtrack a little bit. Like in New York City, recording time everything's really tight. You kind of get in, you do your job and get out and
spend a lot of money.
Yeah, and spend a lot of money. So I was looking forward to finding a place in Connecticut that kind of suited my transition to country life and that I could take a little more time with, have a little bit more of a leisurely approach to it, and thereby sort of afford myself the ability to kind of get into the recording a little bit more, and what ended up being that album as a result of it. So anyway, I started just looking around at different studios, and I found them. I found On Deck Studios online, and I'd seen some videos that he had shot for a few different artists, and it just seemed like a good vibe. I liked the way the room looked. It seemed like it had good potential. And so I called him up and then went and had a meeting, and we hit it off. And we did Ode to Pain. That was the first thing we recorded.
Really?
Yeah, and he and Julia backed me up on that, along with a friend of mine, a Japanese flutist from New York named Mayu Saiki. So it's an interesting recording, and I was just really happy with it. And so that kind of just... Then I immediately started making plans to do the full record. And
nice. I find that both of them are so easily engageable. They're so easy to conversate with and talk to. I can easily see you and them really hitting it off and making good vibe together. That's awesome.
Yep. Yeah, we work together really well.
You have this album out now, and you have a single coming out in December?
Yep. And in fact, actually, I released the single Riverland on the day after Halloween, which is kind of a rock and roll number with the band Righteous Continental backing me up. I think you might have had Ryan Newman in here.
I
He's
did.
Very
I did.
hotshot young guitar player.
He is.
So it's his band along with two others, and I kind of needed again, like being in Connecticut a little bit more than New York these days, I needed a band that was sort of just add water and have rock band kind of thing.
Right.
And I've been kind of watching their progress for a while, and then I just had the light bulb moment of like, why don't I just have these kids come and back me up when I need it? So it worked out really well. So that was the first recorded collaboration with them. So I'm really happy with it. It sounds great. I'm actually going to play out with that song because I actually made the distinction between the last song I played, Black Eyed Soul, which is a song from this album actually.
Okay.
But it's just funny how sometimes the lines can get crossed when there's like similar chord structure. Anyway, so that's called Riverland. And the song that I played, Thoughts and Prayers, I'm releasing just before the holidays because I feel like it's, people around the holidays, it's supposed to be a time of, heart, and soul and thought and care and concern and peace and everything like that.
Absolutely.
And it just tends to actually be just a frenzy of consumerism. So,
which is too bad.
Yeah.
It's too bad. And, when you don't have any money, it's very, very hard to have to look at that consumerism and wonder how you're going to make your grandchildren feel okay when you don't have gifts for them.
Yeah.
We'll get through it.
Yep.
We'll get through it. That's what we do.
Oh yeah, homemade gifts are a big thing. Have always been a big thing in my life.
Absolutely, absolutely. So where did you find Ryan Newman? Because I know where I found him, and I know how I got connected with him. Where did you find him? He's kind of a bit introverted, so he's not out.
Yeah.
Unless he's playing, he's not out there.
Yeah. I gotta say, it was either, because I have strong roots in the area around where I grew up, East Haddam. So I come back a lot, and I do gigs, and it was years ago now, and he was really quite small. I'd say he was, God, maybe 10 or 11
But
years.
he was
11
playing
years
guitar.
Old. Yeah, he was playing guitar really well. And his mom had brought him to this party at this place called the Sanctuary in East Haddam.
Okay.
And I think he was jamming there. That might have been the first time. It's hard for me to get the chronology right exactly.
Yeah.
But then I also saw him sit in with somebody at the Chester Fair right around that time.
Yep.
So I was kind of aware of him, and then just kind of, and maybe he was a little older. Maybe he was 13, 14.
I think he used to play with the Meadows Brothers, too.
I don't know about
A
that. I
little
know
bit.
that Tim, the bass player in Righteous Continental, plays with them.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
So I'm not sure whether he did or not, but
I think
Tim still does.
Somehow that band all
Yeah.
kind of
Tim
intertwined and
Leffingwell,
untwined.
the bass player that plays in Righteous Continental and played bass on the recording of Riverland, plays with those guys.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So anyway, so I just kind of kept tabs on him. I'm always looking for a scenario for like an artist or a band that I could produce. I have a lot of connections at recording studios in the city, and so I just have an interest in other people's work. So.
I think that's important when you're a musician, to take interest in what other people are doing and make sure that you're helping to encourage other people to do what they do. Let's tell our listening audience where they can find you.
Easy to find on Facebook. Just search Cosmos Sunshine, COSMOS with an S on the end.
Right. Make sure you get that S on the end. It's on the screen, so make sure you look it the right way.
And my website is just cosmossunshinemusic.com.
cosmossunshinemusic.com.
Yep.
And will that tell them where they can see you in shows? Do you have any shows coming up?
Yes, I do. I have a show in Brooklyn on Monday at a place called Pete's Candy Store. It's a solo performance. And I have a show with Righteous Continental at La Boca in Middletown on December 22nd, Friday, December 22nd.
Awesome.
Which is sort of my rock and roll solstice, non-denominational holiday cheer fest.
Yay. Yay.
So it should be a good night. I'm going to try and get a bunch of people to come
So
sit in.
that's
and
December
stuff.
22nd.
Yeah.
That will be great.
Yep.
You have a song that you're planning to play to take us out?
Yes.
All right. I would like that very much.
Awesome.
Make sure you
Yeah.
unmic.
Don't want to walk away with that.
So while Cosmos is getting hooked back up to his guitar, let me remind you that it is cold weather. Check in on your neighbors. Make sure that they have food. Make sure that the kids have socks on their feet. Make sure that they have heat. It's important, especially if your neighbors are elderly or have little children, to just see that their basic needs are met. That's what community is all about. I want to thank you all for watching the Grandma's Attic Music Review. It's a pleasure to be with you. Until next week, everybody, bye-bye and God bless.
Thank you so much. This is my latest single. It's called Riverland. When night falls on this maze of country road, I try to find some old familiar ghost. The devil may hop and I may roam through this town that was my home. Oh, 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 oh. And I can hear the seven sisters singing. I hear the bell of St. Stephen ringing. And like this bridge, you know I will be swinging through my home in the Riverland. When autumn leaves are falling all around,